Hello everybody, what a gorgeous day we are having today in Florida. The weather has started to cool off and it is just amazing. So today what I'd like to do with you guys is take a look at this little teal hive behind me here, and what's going on with this is I was popping all the lids yesterday, just checking out to see how the hive beetles are doing, and it's getting much better now since the weather has cooled off. And I opened this little hive and they are so full of bees that I wanted to give them a little room. And this hive came from a small swarm that showed up in our yard about 6 weeks ago, and they were so tiny. They were about the size of a softball, and I was a little bit worried that they weren't going to be able to build up and make it, but they're a really strong little colony, so they are packed in there. And so today with you guys I'd like to pull a couple frames, see how their brood looks, and also give them a couple empty combs for a box on top. So come along with me guys and let's check out this tiny swarm. Alright guys, let's get into it. This is the little swarm that showed up about 6 weeks ago, and I looked in yesterday and they're really full of bees, so let's just see how they're doing in here. They're really full. There's bees all over the top. Real quick, let me grab the camera here and just show you guys. Here we go. Quite a few bees on the top. All the combs are totally full. So I'm going to pull that hive beetle trap out of there, and I'll show you guys a couple frames from that, and then I've got a box right there to add to it with a couple empty combs. So let's get to it. If I can get this hive beetle trap popped out of here. They are so full, there's just bees everywhere. It's awesome how quickly they grew. They were maybe 2 frames of bees 6 weeks ago. Gonna pull this outside frame, see how they're doing. I can tell this outside frame has brood on it already. It's a little chilly. They'll be all right. Okay. Brand new white comb that they've drawn. I don't want to disturb them too much because, like I said, it's a little bit colder today. Not too cold, but so I don't want to pull every frame, but I would like to look at this one and the next one over just to see. And this is gorgeous. Let me get this closer here. They've got a nice brood pattern right there, and everywhere else around there has some larvae. These are freshly capped. Let's look at the other side. See if we can see Queenie. Yeah, there's some Wonderful capped brood right here in the middle. This is fresh white wax that they've just started drawing. Okay, so I'm gonna set this comb right here. I don't see the queen on this one. I didn't give it a real good look though. Okay, so I'm gonna set this right down and we're just gonna pull that next one in. I'm just gonna have a look at that real quick, see what's going on, and then we'll add a box on top. Put these back and add a box on top. All right, so I'm gonna move this one over a little bit and pull it out. Sorry, lady. Ooh, they've got some honey in here. So they've got a small patch of brood in the middle of this one as well. It's not capped. So there's larvae here, and here's some uncapped heavy. Uncapped honey. It's heavy. And a little bit of capped brood right here in the middle. Frame is a lot heavier than the last one. It's got some honey in there. All right. I want to see one more, but these frames are nice and full. Also don't see a queen on this frame. I'm just going to set this right in here and pull one more. Just want to look at this next one. And then we'll put it back and add that box on. But they're doing so well. I cannot believe that just a little over a month ago they were such a small swarm. It'd be nice to see the queen. Curious what she looks like. But I don't want to tear through the whole hive. Okay, so she's got some older brood here. Just seeing if I could maybe see an emerging bee. So this is an older comb with some older capped brood, and in between there's uncapped brood. So each one of these has a little larva in there, and then all around this is capped brood. This also has some honey in it. They've put honey in the drone cells. So these cells right here, they're packing full of honey. No queenie on this frame either, I don't think. They're just doing so well. She's packing every available space with some larvae. So that's why I'd like to give them some room. Just full. Okay, so they are looking amazing. Just every frame is full of larvae and brood and honey. Every frame is completely covered. So I'm not going to pull those last two frames. They've got, I can see on this one that they've got capped brood on there. And since it's a little chilly, I just want to get them closed up. Come on, ladies. Go away. The chickens are liking the weather too. You can hear them back there squawking. Alright, slide this one back into place. They are doing so well. What a productive hive. Alright, I'm going to put this frame back. They're looking really, really good. Curious to see how they do in the springtime when the colonies start building up again. Colonies typically slow down on producing brood in the fall time and the winter time. So I'm curious to see how fast they grow in the spring. Okay, so we looked at these 3 frames. They've got wonderful brood on them. They're just looking delicious. I'm going to add this box right on top. Go, watch out, girls. I think they're going to be very happy for this little bit of extra space. Okay, so I've got 2 empty combs. This comb has nothing in it. It's totally empty. So they can decide if they want to fill it. Oops, I put this box on upside down. Flip it over. There we go. So I just have 2 empty combs. Someone's getting mad at me. Okay. I'm gonna put those 2 empty combs right in the middle. The bees from the bottom box are already walking up onto this comb, checking it out. I'm sure they'll have it covered in no time. And then I'm gonna put these empty frames on the outside so that they don't have to fill this space. I don't want to give them too much room since it's cooling off a little bit here, but just enough that they can maybe move some of that honey from down below up, or the queen can come up here and lay immediately if she wants to. We'll see what they choose. This one's got a tiny little piece of wax on it. Alright, so a little bit more space for this rockin' little swarm. We're all done, guys. Put the lid back on now. Oh, I have a hive beetle trap here. Let's put that in there. All right. They are all set. A little bit of space. So we'll check on these guys in a couple more weeks. I'm just curious to see what they put in those 2 combs. Whether it's honey or brood or both. We'll just open them up in a little bit and see what they do. That's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. It is always fun sharing my beekeeping with you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time.